Greed a Curse. Once upon a time there lived a cloth merchant in a village with his wife and 2 children. They were indeed quite well off. They had a beautiful hen which laid an egg every day. It was not an ordinary egg, rather a golden egg. But the man was not satisfied with what he used to get daily. He was a get-rich-trice kind of a person. The man wanted to get all the golden eggs from his hen at one single go. So, one day he thought hard and at last clicked upon a plan. He decided to kill the hen and get all the eggs together. So, the next day, when the hen laid a golden egg, the man caught hold of it, took a sharp knife, chopped off its neck, and cut its body open. There was nothing but blood all around and no trace of any egg at all. He was highly grieved because now he would not get even one single egg. His life was going on smoothly with 1 egg a day, but now he himself made his life miserable. The outcome of his greed was that he started becoming poorer and poorer day by day, and ultimately became a pauper. How jinxed and how much foolish he was. So the moral of the story is, one who desires more loses all. One should remain satisfied with what one gets. The Fox and the Crane. The fox invited the crane to dinner and served the meal on a plate. The crane could pick up nothing with his long beak, and the fox ate everything herself. Next day the crane invited the fox and served dinner in a jug with a narrow neck. The fox could not get her muzzle into the jug, but the crane stuck his long neck in and drank everything himself. The Two Goats. 2 goats, frisking gaily on the rocky steeps of a mountain valley, chanced to meet, one on each side of a deep chasm through which poured a mighty mountain torrent. The trunk of a fallen tree formed the only means of crossing the chasm, and on this not even 2 squirrels could have passed each other in safety. The narrow path would have made the bravest tremble. Not so our goats. Their pride would not permit either to stand aside for the other. One set her foot on the log. The other did likewise. In the middle they met horn to horn. Neither would give way, and so they both fell to be swept away by the roaring torrent below. The Cat and the Old Rat. There was once a cat who was so watchful that a mouse hardly dared show the tip of his whiskers for fear of being eaten alive. That cat seemed to be everywhere at once with his claws, all ready for a pounce. At last the mice kept so closely to their dens that the cat saw he would have to use his wits well to catch one. So one day he climbed up on a shelf and hung from it, head downward, as if he were dead, holding himself up by clinging to some ropes with one paw. When the mice peeped out and saw him in that position, they thought he had been hung up there in punishment for some misdeed. Very timidly at first, they stuck out their heads and sniffed about carefully. But as nothing stirred, all trooped joyfully out to celebrate the death of the cat. Just then the cat let go his hold, and before the mice recovered from their surprise, he had made an end of 3 or 4. Now the mice kept more strictly at home than ever. But the cat, who was still hungry for mice, knew more tricks than one. Rolling himself in flour until he was covered completely, he lay down in the flour bin, with one eye open for the mice. Sure enough, the mice soon began to come out. To the cat, it was almost as if he already had a plump young mouse under his claws, when an old rat, who had had much experience with cats and traps, and had even lost a part of his tail to pay for it, sat up at a safe distance from a hole in the wall where he lived. "Take care," he cried. "That may be a heap of meal, but it looks to me very much like the cat. Whatever it is wisest to keep at a safe distance." The Rose and the Butterfly. A butterfly once fell in love with a beautiful rose. The rose was not indifferent, for the butterfly's wings were powdered in a charming pattern of gold and silver. And so, when he fluttered near and told how he loved her, she blushed rosily and said yes. After much pretty love-making and many whispered vows of constancy, the butterfly took a tender leave of his sweetheart. But alas, it was a long time before he came back to her. "Is this your constancy?" she exclaimed tearfully. "It is ages since you went away, and all the time you have been carrying on with all sorts of flowers. I saw you kiss Miss Geranium, and you fluttered around Miss Mignonette until Honey Bee chased you away. I wish he had stung you." "Constancy," laughed the butterfly. "I had no sooner left you than I saw Zephyr kissing you. You carried on scandalously with Mr. Bumblebee, and you made eyes at every single bug you could see. You can't expect any constancy from me. Keep on singing." Like any good mother, when Karen found out that another baby was on the way, she did what she could to help her 3-year-old son, Michael, prepare for a new sibling. They find out that the new baby is going to be a girl, and day after day, night after night, Michael sings to his sister in Mommy's tummy. The pregnancy progresses normally for Karen, an active member of the Panther Creek United Methodist Church in Morristown, Tennessee. Then the labor pains come, every 5 minutes, every minute. But complications arise during delivery. Hours of labor. Would a C-section be required? Finally, Michael's little sister is born, but she is in serious condition. With siren howling in the night, the ambulance rushes the infant to the neonatal intensive care unit at St. Mary's Hospital, Knoxville, Tennessee. The days inch by. The little girl gets worse. The pediatric specialist tells the parents, "There is very little hope. Be prepared for the worst." Karen and her husband contact a local cemetery about a burial plot. They have fixed up a special room in their home for the new baby. Now they plan a funeral. Michael keeps begging his parents to let him see his sister. "I want to sing to her," he says. Week 2 in intensive care. It looks as if a funeral will come before the week is over. Michael keeps nagging about singing to his sister, but kids are never allowed in intensive care. But Karen makes up her mind. She will take Michael whether they like it or not. If he doesn't see his sister now, he may never see her alive. She dresses him in an oversized scrub suit and marches him into ICU. He looks like a walking laundry basket, but the head nurse recognizes him as a child and bellows, "Get that kid out of here now. No children are allowed." The mother rises up strong in Karen, and the usually mild-mannered lady glares steel-eyed into the head nurse's face, her lips a firm line. He is not leaving until he sings to his sister Karen, tows Michael to his sister's bedside. He gazes at the tiny infant losing the battle to live, and he begins to sing. In the pure-hearted voice of a 3-year-old, Michael sings, "You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray." Instantly, the baby girl responds. The pulse rate becomes calm and steady. Keep on singing, Michael. You never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. The ragged, strained breathing becomes as smooth as a kitten's purr. Keep on singing, Michael. The other night, dear, as I lay sleeping, I dreamed I held you in my arms. Michael's little sister relaxes as rest, healing rest, seems to sweep over her. Keep on singing, Michael. Tears conquer the face of the bossy head nurse. Karen glows. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. Please don't. Take my sunshine away. Funeral plans are scrapped. The next day, the very next day, the little girl is well enough to go home. Woman's Day magazine called it the miracle of a brother's song. The medical staff just called it a miracle. Karen called it a miracle of God's love. Never give up on the people you love. Funny Mom Roo Universal Human Mom called me that because I like Tom Tom and Jerry, and every time you are watching for the same fate, Tom Cat, Mother Day was contestable, scolded, and also because our son Pop Mother. Tom has added a new 4-month-old sister, Mother, to stay at home. So please just take Tom, just take them. This phase should leave school. Tom was at home with his mother. Then add the mother, B arms, mouth, universal. Tom Tom homework help, or ask for help this mother the other. At the parent form with Tom B, comfortable laughing, yell together, but right now she is miserable sleep. Both mother and child to go lightly, said softly, smiling coast. If the mother has irritated mouth pursed, just dare, glaring. I do the chest rubs, action implies motherland fire. Then ran ringing in table set drawing, writing very docile. It was called long cylinder. B each time her sleepy face, eyes bleary, but just have to wait for completion mother procedure lullaby before bed. I know Mom is busy singing. Tom How to Take Advantage of Grip, also book Dorman inside the book Mathematics, and blatantly lies, read avidly. Mother had itchy eyes, dare not shout, just leaning on the foot goes away. So Tom jumped up, shouted very instinctive, real mother. I heard screaming, black skimmers. B opens his eyes, glaring, mouth grinning at him. Oh right, that is the mother of the cup, my Tom Tom. Then I think the solution General Rue 2 for one special moves. Just Ruby. Tom has prompted study or errand, extremely easy. For example, see Tom's head wiggle, lay eyes. You glance mother knew he tears to read comics in class. Mother catch all then my son. So, oh, Tom, my mother told me this good stories do not take the weight and the machine, or this morning the mother had delivered all. Tom learned that yet, Mom on the radio. Tom heard. Since then, whenever my mom found a little vibrato, know what Tom is right,